and welcome to Zoe Your Own. So this one is slightly different to most of my other videos thus far, and I'm really excited for this one actually. Hence why I'm out here at approximately 8:30 on a Thursday morning before I start work at 10. So I had a delivery yesterday, and it was this box. This is where I need a glamorous assistant, isn't it? You know, like an old Brucey's Price is Right. You have to be a certain age to get that reference. I realised that. I was having a doom scroll, I guess, on social media. Although I say a doom scroll, I do follow a lot of, obviously, gardening content, so it was only a matter of time before this popped up in my sponsored ads, because it's not like our devices listen to us either, right? And when I saw this come up on my sponsored ad, let me tell you, I was more than intrigued. Because I follow a lot of gardening stuff, there is a lot of gardening stuff that I do just ignore. I don't click onto it or anything else like that, unless it's things that I can use as advice, or not necessarily me advising someone else, but sort of like obviously a big talking point among many gardeners, especially in the UK, Norfolk in the UK, because it's been so wet so far. Everyone's been battling with slugs. So anytime I've seen anyone that's like, how do you deal with slugs? Coffee grounds, eggshells, beer traps, stand on them. You know, sharing little hints and tips and bits of advice, of which I have had a few of you giving me hints and tips. There was a gentleman, I assume gentleman, saying about using nettles and brambles, sort of like in your, I think he said in your, like alongside where you've got stuff, because if we don't like to be stung and pricked at, then surely slugs and snails aren't. But unfortunately, I don't have either one of those things. I am grateful for the hint though, because they're just down the road from us. There's loads of brambles, so I do plan on picking a load of those bramble bushes when they're all done. So I might nip down there at midnight or something to bring them back. So I've got some ready for maybe next year or whatever. And there we go, look, I even know how to waffle at 8:30 in the morning after only one cup of tea. But then I did have beans on toast for breakfast, so I don't know if that's giving me the extra energy. Anyway, I need to stop waffling on about nonsense. I'm not sure if drinking any more tea is going to help my case here. But let's get into Potgang, shall we? So I was naughty, and I did have a little sneak peek when it was delivered yesterday. I just couldn't help myself, but I promise I didn't go too far in, but I'm going to bring you in so you can you can see what we've got in here pretty much at the same time as me. So before we get into the unboxing of Potgang, there is something really quite cute and funny just down here that I want to show you. It's a little drunk bumblebee. So I don't know if I've said this before, but bumblebees can, they can get drunk on pollen. So he's just having a little nap. Right. So let's see what we've got. And in terms of arrival, I think I ordered this Sunday morning, and it arrived Wednesday afternoon. So it did arrive pretty quickly. It cost me £25. Right, so what do we have here? So you get 3 lots of seeds, and with your 3 lots of seeds you get instructional cards, and then what you can make with them. So yeah, in this one I have got Bruno Basil, Carlos Cucamelon, and Harriet the honeycomb tomato. Never heard of honeycomb tomatoes. And this box is actually last month's box, but I love cucumber and I love melons, and I have tried cucamelons before, eating them. So I figured I'd quite like to have a go at growing them. Oh, and alongside those cards there, we've got gang mail. So I'll have a read of that. Oh, coconut compost instructions. Oh, coconut compost instructions. And that is because we have got a brick of coconut compost. I nearly said instructions then as well. Oh, lovely. So I think the idea of it, what they do is they send you everything that you need to get, to get yourself started and everything. I think I might need to purchase some more compost when going in the bigger pots. But I've got this little individual bug tray, a little really cute little mini seed tray. I don't have any space. And then we've got 2 nice big pots, which I believe these ones will be for the tomatoes and the cucumbers. And then we've got 3 little pots that obviously everything will get potted onto. And then, more importantly, we've got all the little finicky bits. So they send you plant labels for the 3 different types. Oh, and they also send you stickers, of which I assume are to stick on the pot, so you know what's what. I'll definitely need that, I think. Pot fuel. Oh, what's this? Oh, they're 2 little things that I assume feed the compost there. Happy days. And then, last but not least, we've got our seed packet. Oh, lovely. Right, I'm not going to bore you with too much of the reading off of these, because I'm not very good at reading. Billy will tell you. I have read what I need to do with my big old brick of coconut compost, and it does say in here, pop it in a big tray or bucket, but unfortunately I don't have anything like that isn't in use, that doesn't have lots and lots of holes in it, and I have no patience to wait and do this later. So I've got an old compost bag that I've given it a wipe down and turned it inside out, and I'm hoping that that's going to work. So I just need to pop this inside, and then it says, and I'm going to follow it exactly by the instructions, add 4 to 5 litres of warm water. So I went in my house, because obviously I live in a house, and I filled up my washing up bowl with warm water, but I don't know. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't know how much my washing up bowl has, but I definitely have a 5 litre watering can, of which, as I look down, there's quite a big cheeky little spider hanging around on there. Cheeky little big spider. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, does it? So I think what I'm going to do, oh no, because I've put feed in that, and I don't want to ruin it. Okay, right, I know. I'm just going to add water to it, little and often. And then it says, leave it for 10 minutes to let it soak. Once it's all soaked up, fluff the compost up with your hands. We don't want it soggy, so squeeze off any excess water as you transfer it into the pots. Right, so let's get started with that. And I'm going to get this everywhere, I just know it. That's a good start, isn't it? That's obviously why they said use a box. Oh, but it's okay, because it gives me an opportunity to do my favourite thing. Rustle, 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 rustle. Oh my god, it's already started to, just that tiny little splash, because I got most of it on the floor. It's, already started to help it expand. So then I don't know, maybe, oh my god, that really is going already. Huh. Oh, this is challenging. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there's definitely a reason why they said use a box or a tray instead of a bag. So that is already, expanding up really quite nicely. Try tucking the bag down a bit more. Might have a bit more success. Right, I'm just going to leave that like that for now, because I don't want to add too much water, because you can always add, but you can never take away. So I thought I'd come and bring you in and give you a little look-see of how it's expanding already. And I mean, that was not that fat. Oh, and it really is breaking up lovely. Might need to put a little bit more water in there, I think. But still, oh yeah, 'cause it's still a bit hard in the middle there. Right, throw a bit more water in.
Oh, a little bumblebee's waking up. Maybe it's all that rustling I'm doing. Right, throwing a little bit more in there. Lovely. Hopefully I brought enough water out with me. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bumblebee. Okay, so let's go with Harriet. So for Harriet, you'll need 1 tomato seed bag. Ah, and then this is as the seedling tray, and then the drip tray, I believe. So first of all, fill up 3 of the seed tray pods with your compost and make a 1/2 centimetre hole in each one. Lovely. Oh, so I'm sharing this with Carlos the cucumber melon. So there's 3 for Carlos and then there's 3 for Harriet. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. Okay. Let's move that over there because it is empty. That is empty now. Right. Oh, God. I don't have enough space. Oh, I hear Mr. Bumblebee's awoken up. Oh, I just hope he doesn't think that I'm an enemy and comes and stings me. He'll be alright. He'll be alright. It is the beginning of June. I do think I am gonna sow these, not sow them, sorry, germinate them indoors. I can't see anywhere for the initial sowing about using the pot fuel just yet. But then it does also say 1 small pot, 1 big pot, and 7 litres of compost. So I think if I just get my seeds out and get my little stickers out, that can all go back in that box. So I know where it is. Oh yeah, that is lovely. And it's proper fluffy. And that's mad the amount that tiny little block. That's mad the amount of compost you get out of it. Oh, that is fantastic. So I don't actually think that I'm gonna need to actually get any more compost to do any of this. That's brilliant. Oh, and it looks like there's little bits of feed in there too. Oh, lovely. Oh, this is well exciting, guys. I don't know if you can tell. So whilst I'm now gonna, I'll quickly show you how much compost we got actually out of that block. That is well impressive. Look at all of that in there. That is really quite a substantial amount of compost from that little block. And then yeah, I think these little, oh, where'd it go? There it is. There's one there. And I think these little green pellets are food. I don't know if that's a white pellet or if that's just muck from the inside of the bag that I didn't clean up. But yeah, either way, that's a good amount of compost. After I had discovered the sponsored ad on Facebook, I obviously had a look at their website, had a good read through. I'll attach the website in the description there for you as well, so you can have a look too. And from what I can make out, these guys, if I read it correctly, I've already said I'm not very good at reading. From what I can make out, these guys set this up for pretty much the same reason that I set up my YouTube channel. These guys have been going a lot longer than what I have though. Obviously I've only been going since the 18th of March in terms of my YouTube journey. But yeah, they set this up because I think they wanted to get into veggie growing during the lockdown, you know, that crazy time that we had. Yeah, and you know, and much like what I've said, like where do you start? It's so overwhelming because you don't really know anything, and you've got all of these you know, all of these pro gardeners and you know and everything else that are, you know, been doing it for years with their big old allotment plots and you know and everything else. And yeah, one of the pictures on their website is like of the, you know, the seed selections in shops and everything, and they literally, and I think it says something like, yeah, where do you start? Well, we don't know either, you know. And And I think that's how a lot of people do feel, you know, when they first start out. So discovering this was absolutely fantastic. If I do kind of wish that I'd found it earlier, I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely something that you know, that I'm keen to stick with and keep having a go at. Because oh my god, these seeds are tiny. It did say on the thing, be careful of your tomato seeds, because be careful with your tomato seeds, they're teeny weeny. And it says in here, on here, place one seed in each of the 3 holes, then cover them in compost. So have I missed a bit there? Oh, I think so, but I must admit, this is, oh my god, I think I'm just going to sow all of these seeds, and I do need to get my trusty old tweezers out for this, because I've already lost one down the crack of my finger. Right, so there's 1, and then there's 2, and then there's 3. Right, I'm just gonna, oh, I don't know where that one went. That'll be a surprise. I am gonna sow all of these. I can always give them away if I don't have the space for them. Oh, I think the other seed has just popped and got stuck on my finger. But yeah, it's nice to know, you know, it is nice to know sort of that other people sort of quite like-minded and feeling overwhelmed by all of the big fancy things out there. And the other thing that I really quite liked about it as well was the fact that they're sort of relatively young, I believe, you know, whereas a lot of the gardeners that you do see, I don't want to sound like I'm being rude or anything, but you know, they're sort of older, you know, and they're sort of more mature age, I guess. So it's, yeah, nice to have people sort of, you know, of similar age to me that are doing, you know, trying to achieve the same sorts of things. I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to do it, but I'm gonna do it like that because I think it looks quite cute. So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I know I'm waffling a bit, but you guys know me. I love a good waffle. I'm going to cut the top off of this one. Oh, I haven't actually read the instruction card for this one. All I read was on the tomato card that I shared this tray with the cucumber melons. So, first off, fill 3 tray pods with compost. Done. Carefully place 1 seed in each of the thing. But much like with the other ones, I'm going to sow all of these seeds. And I think cucumber seeds are a little bit bigger. I probably should have shown you the tomato seeds before. Oh, well, I suppose these aren't cucumber seeds, are they? These are cucumber melon seeds. So they are a bit smaller. God, let's hope I don't drop them. Than cucumber seeds. Yeah, I'm really excited. Really excited for these. I really am. And I don't know if I've already said, but I'm definitely going to germinate these indoors. And even though they tell you to only sow 1 seed per cell, they have given plenty of seeds, because obviously, you know, we might not be successful on all of them. So that's our cucumber melon nicely sown. I'll just put a little bit of compost on top. I don't know if I'm doing that bit right, I must admit, but ooh, let's hope for the best on that. Let's hope for the best. Right, and then I'll pop that one in there. Right, so that's then sown, and there is a little bit further instruction once you've sown them. So, once Carlos has moved in, pop a layer of cling film on the top of them and place the tray above a radiator or in an airing cupboard. We want it steamy. So, what I'm going to do with these guys, because I have I have filled it full of toilet rolls and egg cartons, but I do have some cling film somewhere. But I am going to pop this over the top of this, and that is going to go on my windowsill indoors. I did just have to go and make myself another cup of tea. It's early after all. Oh, my wild potato plants. Oh, because I've been too busy waffling and haven't really kept track of what I've been saying, I can't actually remember what I've told you about these guys so far, other than that it's sort of, you know, gardening, veggie gardening made easy sort of thing. And yeah, almost like they are actually achieving. I believe they started it in like 2020, something like that. And they're really popular. They've been shouted out by Gardeners World. I mean, let's face it, if you get a shout out from Gardeners World, it's a pretty big deal, right? Like the Sunday Times, maybe like the Telegraph and stuff like that. Like I know I've definitely said this bit. I will leave a link to their website in the description so you can have a look. I do highly recommend it. What they're doing is far better than what I'm doing, because I'm just making it up as I go along. As I've said before, I'm not really giving hints and tips of what I'm actually doing. It's just how I do it. We'll just see if it works. Whereas these guys are actually tried and tested. And as I'm waving this card around, I have just noticed that on the backs of them, they actually give you some recipe ideas as well. So cucumber melon margaritas, honeycomb tomato risotto, and basil pesto and basil butter. I'm not a massive fan of pesto, I'm not going to lie, but I will definitely have a go at the basil butter. And obviously more content for you guys. Anyway, right, let's see what we do for Bruno basil. So I need one small pot, I need my basil seeds, and I need some compost. So let's fill this pot up. And if any of you guys have already heard of Potgang and already given it a go, please hit me up in the comments. As to how you've got on and everything else, because I'd love to hear it. And if you are one of the guys from Potgang, also hit me up in the comments, because I'd love to hear from you guys too. Yeah, definitely. Right, I didn't read what I needed to do next before I've just opened the seed packet. That was very silly. And I would say that, oh my god, it's because it's early, but that makes no difference. I'm just as scatty whether it's 9 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe not 9 o'clock at night, I'm half asleep then. Anyway, right, so I have filled up the small black pot to the ridge with compost. And I broke up any clumpy bits. And it needs to be moist, and that is good. That is a good amount of moist, but not soaking. To give Bruno the best start in life, scatter his seeds evenly across the pot and cover them up with a very thin layer of compost. He needs to be nice and cozy to begin with, so put a layer of cling film or a freezer bag over his pot and hold it in place with an elastic band. Pop him on your sunniest windowsill and keep his compost moist, watering every 3 days. We want him to get as much direct light as possible to try and avoid chilly drafts. So as I have said before, and these guys have said in not so many words, that basil is needy and likes it hot. So here we go. And these seeds are tiny. They're like pepper seeds, basil seeds. I can't even get them out. Oh god. Now they're just gonna all come out. I don't want to get too many of them out, so I've managed to get a few out to show you. Oh, where are we? There we go. So yeah, those little black dots that just pinged around are our basil seeds. So they are quite little. Now let's try and evenly. Oh, that was not very evenly scattered at all. Oh dear. Right, now I'm just gonna try and sort of move them about a bit. I tell you what, this compost smells lovely. Yeah, I might have to do a bit of research into coconut compost. And now I'm going to take very thin layer and sprinkle that on top there like so. Right, And now I want to stick my label in so we know what he is. I want to. Oh, I didn't even. That wasn't even in my bin that I threw that piece of rubbish. I just threw it down in just somewhere. I threw it in my little station in the pot. And it also came with stickers, and I'll show you the pictures on the stickers, which are quite cute. So this is Bruno, and then this is Carlos, and then this is Harriet. Yeah, I think they're really quite cool. Right, so I'm going to pop those back in that box. I'm going to leave all of this stuff together. I think I might pop this back indoors, so I know where it all is. It's all together. Oh, the stickers are on the box there as well, so we know what we got. Leave them all together. Apart from the compost. Hopefully, I'll remember that the inside-out bag of compost is my special compost. My special Potgang compost. That concludes my first go with Potgang. And in terms of the sewing and the stuff they send you, literally everything that you need to get going. So if you really are a beginner and you find buying seeds and stuff overwhelming, like I've said, I just make stuff up as I go along and hope for the best. I highly recommend already checking these guys out. And it was only, I think it was £25, maybe £26, including delivery for the box. I believe they do a subscription as well. Each box is tailored to each month, so that you get the best seed for that month and the best germination. Can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. Environment, I guess. Best germination environment for those particular seeds, to make sure that you get good yield and good results, and everything else. I better go and get myself changed, go to work, to go make some coffees for some people, because I don't think my boss lady would be very grateful if I turned up dressed like this for work in her lovely little cafe. So yeah, I better go and get myself ready for that. Thank you very much for watching and popping past and seeing me as always. I will obviously keep you informed as we go as to how Bruno, Carlos and Harry are doing. And as I said probably a few times throughout the video, if you've already used Potgang, please hit me up in the comments. I'd love to see and hear your results and stuff like that. But I'm going to start waffling again, so I've got to wrap this up. But yeah, thank you very much as always. Oh, and thank you to my new subscribers. I think there's been 3 or 4 of you over the last week. Much appreciated. I'm obviously doing something right, because I'm now up to 85 subscribers. I think near on 7,000 views across my channel. So yeah, thank you very much for that as well. And obviously thank you to all of my existing subscribers. And as I always say, please pop past and see me again soon for obviously the results on these guys, follow-up results on these guys, and anything else that I've got to do, and stuff like, harvesting peas. And these guys are the gift that just keeps on giving. Oh, that's pretty good breakfast as well, to be fair. But yeah, come back and see me again soon. Always plenty to do. Always great to see you guys as well. And yeah, there's just one more thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good day. Later, staters.